Welcome back to episode 7 of Sesh, spiciest podcast in the world. Today we have a special drink for the morning. What do we got, Bert?
We have from Axe and Sledge, The Grind, whiskey and cola flavor.
Whiskey and cola. So this is just like vitamins, like aminos and stuff.
Yep.
And this is what it looks like. It's a bit yellow.
It looks kind of foggy.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's interesting looking.
All my powder just settled. Like, I think I didn't mix it good, but all right, let's give it a try.
All right, taste test, guys.
I'm not getting whiskey. I'm getting the cola.
Yeah, I can see the cola. Kind of, for some reason, it kind of tastes like cherry to me. Like a little bit of cherry taste.
I get like, yeah, I think it's like the flavor of whiskey without burning. Like if you subtract all the alcohol and just tasted like the whiskey syrup.
And no smoke.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I like it. I'd
It's
get
good.
it again.
Yeah. All right. So, with all the special occasions going on right now, we decided that it'd be good to just do an episode that basically runs over like the updates of coronavirus and what's been going on in the public, jobs, and everything else that's going on.
The chaos on panic.
Yeah.
We're updating. Live updates.
Live updates that'll come out tomorrow. Well, first off, there's a huge panic in the coronavirus, from the coronavirus that's causing everybody to run out of a lot of essential items at grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that you're on the side of, like, let's try to help everybody that we can, or like fend for yourself and your family type of thing?
What do you mean by help everyone else?
Like, let's say that you bought an abundance of food,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see somebody's like, hey, I can't find X, Y, and Z at the store. Does anybody have any? And you're like, sure, just, come pick up a couple bags of pasta and some sauce or whatever. Or you're like, nah, like, I'm going to keep it for myself in case shit hits the fan really bad and you might need it. If that makes sense. Because I feel like there's people out here right now that are, like, being very, very greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people that are trying to do the best that they can to help everybody else.
Yeah. I'd be willing to tell people, but we're just getting like our regular stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So have you done much prepping for this?
as far as my regular prepping,
Yeah. Like, are you prepared if something happens?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Got ammo. We got some food to go, non-perishables.
Yeah. What do you think about the public panic, basically? Are we gonna run out of groceries?
I don't think we're gonna run out of groceries. It's just everyone's taking it too fast from the shelves.
Yeah,
They're
right.
like panic buying for no reason,
Yeah.
and that's where all the panic is coming from.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that because I don't think that there's I don't think that we have
Shortage.
Yeah, a shortage of food in the world. I don't think that we have a shortage of food. We have like an abundance of food. It's
Mhm.
just it doesn't grow in the back of the grocery store. They don't just
Yeah.
go pick off toilet paper from the tree and package it up and put it on the shelf. It has to get delivered. It has to get made. It takes time. So I think that there's enough. My thing is like for the people that have these like humongous families where they're like, oh, we're only limiting you to one pack of toilet paper,
Mhm.
whatever. So they got to go every single day to get a new
Yeah.
pack. But also like if you're at Costco, like they don't sell you a small pack of toilet paper. Like,
Just have that one size.
dude, why the fuck does everybody need that much toilet paper? Like, seriously.
Well, if you're limited to one, you want to make it a good one.
But one 56 pack or like 198 pack of toilet paper. But then like I know that there's people that are there and then they go again and then they go again
Yeah.
and then they go again.
But I mean, if you're willing to wait in the line, I guess. But
I mean, I guess, but does it not make sense that like these people would eventually just like run out of space to put shit in?
mm-hmm.
So like I don't know. Like I'm just trying to like make an educated guess on how long it's actually gonna last. Like the grocery store panic thing, because I'm just trying to go grocery shopping like normal,
Yeah.
and I can't. Like I have. Well, I mean, I went this last Friday, I think, and I mean they have stuff, but like you gotta ask, and you're like, hey, can I get some rice? Can I get some beans? Can I get some this and this? And they're like, okay, yeah, and they bring you out two, you know. And I'm like, okay, like I'm cool with that. We're a household of two people, so it's not an issue. But there's people that like walk in and they freak out and they like, you know, there was this lady, dude, that we were grocery shopping with, and she kept smelling all the chicken packets, and she was like, these smell horrible. And then like she would put them back down, and then like she looks around and like everything's empty. Like the last thing is like those 4 chicken packets that she's probably smelled like 50 times already. And then we ended up being in line behind her. And then I was just like looking around, you know, to see if we need anything else. And I see that they have like one last pack of napkins left. And I was like, all right, I'm going to grab the napkins just because like we need napkins. Or like not yet, but we probably will be.
Yeah, you're starting to run low.
Yeah. And so I grabbed it. And then she's like, oh my God, where did you find those napkins? I've been looking for napkins. And she just keeps asking me about the napkins, like waiting for me to be like, here you go, lady.
Here, you
Take it to your family. And I was just like, nah, I'm going to take these home and use them. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't think we're going to run out of groceries. I think that on the contrary, like people are just going to run out of money. And they're just going to like stop buying groceries. And then when they realize like, oh shit, like I have a fuck ton of pasta and sauce and like I have no like rice, no beans, no bread, you know, no protein. And then they also like have no money because they're not working. Then it's gonna be a real problem. That's when the riots are gonna happen.
Well, I mean, they still got food.
Yeah, but there's people that are crazy about meat.
Yeah, that's true. Just wait till Pizza Hut goes out of business. They close down.
Yeah, like I've seen people that are like, I don't know, man. I feel like some people are just being extremely greedy. Like, Soraya was telling me about like people are buying formula, like baby formula.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Because it doesn't expire. Yeah. And they're just like, oh yeah, like it's good for survival or whatever. And they're buying all the baby formula. Like, just stop buying baby formula. Like, there's not gonna like. I think that those people that are like buying a shit ton of stuff are like thinking like that day that they bought it was gonna be the last day that the grocery store was gonna have food. You know? And every time after that anyone's gone, they still get stuff. Like, they're still making it. Yeah. I can't find, like, hand sanitizer and shit, but it's because that dude in Massachusetts has it all.
Hoarding it.
Yeah, dude.
Now he's just giving it away.
Yeah.
He was about to get prosecuted.
Seriously, dude. He's like, no, I bought it so I could donate it. Like, he's a helpful guy or whatever. Like, just shut up, dude. Dude was selling it for, like, $70 a bottle or something. Did you see that old man that bought, like a 24 pack of toilet paper, and he was selling it on eBay or on Craigslist, I think, for like $200. What? And then he like found a buyer, and then like it turned out that the buyer was like a news anchor, and he was just like faking to buy it so he could like get a story on him. And then once he found out that he wasn't buying it, he was like, no, it's because I have cancer and I'm like trying to save up for surgery. And then the news anchor is just like, so how much is $200 gonna help you with your treatment? Like, I heard cancer is very expensive. And he just like starts walking away like in shame.
Like to catch a predator.
Yeah, dude, basically.
Why don't you have a seat?
To catch a gouger. Catch a price gouger. I heard like schools were doing like free lunches and stuff too.
Yeah, I
like
think that's really good.
Yeah, for all the kids. And damn, I was reading something about like how some kids are like their only safe place is like at school. And like, you know, like kids that have like abusive like parents and shit. Like, that sucks, dude. Like, I feel like there should be like some kind of thing going on about that. I think Soraya saw something about like some lady that works at CPS, but like they had like set everybody home, like to work from home on cases, like, and they're not allowed to go out and visit like, you know, like actual cases or like investigate anything, which is like a big like period of like, you know, I feel like if parents that do like bad shit to their kids like knew that they're not going to be getting visits anytime soon, like it'd make them more prone to be able to like do something, I guess. I mean, I don't know for sure, but just the fact that like the safe haven for like some child is at school
Mm-hmm.
where they get food and like get to interact with somebody that's not like a piece of shit to them,
Mm-hmm.
like is already saddening enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good that the schools are giving free lunch though. I mean, I don't know what we can really do about those kids, but I guess just hope that, you know, this shit ends sooner than later.
Wait, hold on. I feel like there's not much you could really do. Like, even if you wanted to, like, I don't know, start like a little daycare, like free daycare for whatever, for like parents that are working or whatever, they're gonna crack down on that because you're having too many people in one place.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
What if you got your whole neighborhood to do it though?
They're just gonna send another SWAT team.
Yeah, but like instead of having one house that's like, all right, this house has 20 kids, like these 10 houses each have 2 kids.
I think
That'd make more sense, right?
Or get your whole neighborhood in.
Yeah. Like if you just created a community of like quarantined people and you're just like, yeah, sure, we'll take care of one kid, you know, every day. But then you get 100 of them, and then yeah, you can take 100 kids. But also like it would have to be the parents that have to willingly like take them to daycare, you know? Like if there's kids that are like getting abused at home, that the only reason they're going to school is because it'd be illegal if they didn't.
Mandatory.
Yeah. Then that makes it seem like, okay, like why the fuck would the parents take them to daycare if they don't give a shit about them? You know, like they have to at least care first to be like, all right, we'll take them to daycare. It's not like I don't think they want to get rid of them. They just, I feel like some people are just sick and like get the pleasure out of it. Like the stay-at-home order, they ordered. Well, I guess like a lot of people might not know, but they ordered a stay-at-home order in California for everybody to stay at home, unless you're going to, I think it was like the bank, the grocery store, and the doctors.
Yeah, necessity stuff like that.
I heard that Illinois was doing it too, starting yesterday.
Yeah, I think I read about that too.
Yeah. So how long is that for? Do you know how long it's for?
I think at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 weeks too, but I don't know if it said for sure.
Yeah, it's to be determined.
Yeah. All right. So there's like have you seen anybody like really staying home?
No, if anything, when I go home, there's a bunch of people out walking.
Yeah, right. Like I feel like
bikes.
People aren't really like taking it serious, and it's not about like, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, should we stay at home or should we not stay at home?
I mean, we're pretty much doing illegal activity right now.
Yeah, right.
This podcast.
Fuck.
For everyone listening, we're in the same shed right now.
Yeah.
We're not doing it over online or anything.
We just took half of the shed and took it to your house, and you record half and I record half. But technically, like, we got permission from the state to be an essential.
Oh yeah, I have my letter from work.
Yeah. So technically, our podcast is now considered an essential function to the environment. But, yeah, I mean, like, I guess like the way I see it though is like, it's not like we're bringing in a fucking crowd of people into the shed, you know? And regardless, like, we're still working. We still have our job. So, like, if you don't bring me coronavirus here, I don't give it to you here. Like, I'm probably just going to give it to you at work anyways. Or you're going to give it to me at work. Like,
honestly, I'm hoping to catch it at work.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to stay home for 2 weeks?
Yeah. It's paid. It doesn't take your hours.
40 hours, though. Only a week.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like people just, like, they're not really, like, respecting the stay-at-home order. They're just like, oh, yeah, like, stay at home. Like, don't go somewhere. And, like, all I see on Instagram is, like, fucking people walking their dogs and fucking working out, like, taking a run around the block. And then, like, using the little stickers that say, like, quarantine or whatever the fuck it says. And, like, dude, you're outside. Like,
but
you're
I think it's still all right because you're not in, like, crowded places or stuff like that. Like, you're not going to sit-down dinner with...
But what if like 20 people in your neighborhood decided that they wanted to go out for a run the same day, the same time as you did?
Yeah, but I mean, you're in the open air.
But so is everybody else, though.
Yeah, true.
But you can catch it, though. So, like, the thing I think is about that they want to, like, flatten the curve. Like, they want to lower the possibility of, like, just it spreading, right?
Yeah.
So if like one person is like, oh yeah, I'm going to go outside and walk my dog. And so it was like the other 20 neighbors that you have. Now there's like 20 of you guys walking around the block, you know? And And like that little group together, it's like, well, either you all go or you all don't go, because not one person is entitled more than the other one. So I would say just fucking stay home. That's it. Like, I mean, I would stay home if my job wouldn't fire me for not going to work. But I don't know, man.
I think it's all right because it's not crowded. It's not
Took
crowded
a while.
places, yeah.
But it's still legal though.
Yeah.
Like to go out for a walk.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, unless you're like out at like midnight or something like that.
Yeah.
When everything's really closed.
Right.
Because there's no point. You might get stopped. Like,
Yeah, I guess that's true. What about like the curbside pickup stuff? You seen a lot of that?
yeah.
Dude, I seen like shoe stores
mom and
doing
pop.
curbside pickup.
I saw a toy store.
Doing
where I
curbside
live, yeah.
pickup?
And then the vape shop too.
Oh yeah.
They'll deliver too.
And they deliver, dude.
Yeah.
I've been needing some juice too. I don't know. I need to save my money in these times. It's just running on air right now.
Just water.
Just water. Just water with the little vitamins.
Gun sales are up
Oh yeah.
exponentially.
Dude, I was reading that the who does the background checks? The FBI?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I was reading that their background check process was, I think, 300% higher than it was this same week last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane, dude. It's like really insane. You been to the gun store recently?
I tried, but it was like appointment only.
Oh yeah.
And you have to be there like when they open to get a spot, and they'll call you, and you got like 30 minutes to be there.
What store did you go to?
Turner's.
Oh, I heard they were only letting like 15 people in at a time or something.
Yeah, but you still need to like put your
An
name down on
appointment?
the wait list.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy ammo or what?
I was gonna try to buy some magazines
Oh, for the
And-
rifle? For the Glock?
for the Glock.
The extended mag? The drum mag?
I know you guys got some in the back. But yeah, even online they're sold out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very popular gun.
Yeah.
I would assume that they're sold out.
Mm.
Yeah. The gun shop that I went to, they were like, it took me like 5 hours to be there. And they took, they had like the little numbers, like when you go to like the meat shop and they tell you like take a number. And I think I had number 29, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked in, it was a number 2. Yeah. And it took about 5 hours. And they don't let you do anything like until it's your number,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't make sense because there was like a whole line of people that were trying to get like their firearms card.
Mm-hmm.
And like they had so many booklets to test people. They could have been like doing the test as the numbers are being called. But you have to wait until your number gets called. And then they're like, okay, you need your firearms card. All right, go take this test and then come back to me when you're done. And then people would finish it, but the dude's helping somebody else now. And you know how long it takes for somebody to like look at all the guns, and because it was all like being done online because they had nothing in the store. So they were just like some dude would be like, all right, yeah, I want like a 9mm handgun or whatever, like in this price range. So the dude would just show him everything that he has online.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just take a long time, so it kind of just like slowed everything down. But yeah, I mean, 5 hours after that, I got out of there.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah.
For like 8 hours.
Fuck, dude. I would have just gone back the next day. He has too many guns already. He doesn't need that other
There's
one.
no such thing as too many. You don't know what you need them for.
I mean, I guess, but it's the one that he bought semi-auto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh? Well, every time that I see him, he has like all the cowboy leather and all that stuff. So just waiting for him to make a horse purchase. Just buy a horse.
Once he get his house, he's gonna buy a horse.
That's true. That's all he needs. He'd just tell his wife that he needs it for the kids. Yeah, the kids want to ride a horse. What else do you think about the Corona? What else you got on it?
Let's see. Netflix telling people to not watch as much.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
too many people watching.
What's
It's
I
slowing
don't
down.
even understand that, dude. Like, why? I don't know. Like, they can't keep up with their servers can't keep up, or
They're
what?
being stressed.
The
Stressing them
servers?
too much, yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'd happily say that I've been a big part of that problem within the last week.
Maybe jump on Call of Duty.
Yeah, dude, I've been playing so much Call of Duty. Have you?
Yeah, I was on.
Yeah.
Past couple
Did you get to 100?
Yeah, I'm at 100 now.
Yeah, I think I'm on 101 or 102.
Wait, level or battle pass?
No, level. I
Yeah,
think the
level,
battle
yeah.
pass is impossible, dude.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
like
I'm
on
like
40.
I think I'm at like 58 or 60.
Someone decides to play the music as loud as possible while we record our podcast. Yeah, I mean, I've been on vacation this whole last week, and damn, I just quarantined myself for no reason.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like there's much to do. Like, Soraya was like, "Oh, what do you want to do today?" And I'm like, "Grocery store or the bank?" I don't know. Like, pick one. Everything is closed. And we've taken trips to like fucking. Sometimes I'm even, or well, the other day she was just like, "Oh, do you just want to go on a drive or something?" And I'm like, I wouldn't mind, but like you have the possibility of like being pulled over now for like being out, and they're like, "Oh, where are you going?" Like, you know. And obviously we're not both going to work late at night, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like, oh, let's just stay here, I guess. And we've just binge watched like a bunch of shit that we would never watch normally. And I've played a bunch of Call of Duty. And that's literally it, dude. Done nothing this whole week. And just eat when I'm bored. We bought it like a 2-liter Dr. Pepper and the big ass bag of Cheez-Its, and they were gone almost in the same day. It's very bad. I was telling her, I was like, I don't even know if I want to go back to work. Like, I don't think I can run my route anymore. It's too much work now. I came out here to like clean my backyard, and I forgot what I was doing. I was like putting some plants on the side of the shed, and she comes out, and I'm just sitting on the chair, and I'm like super winded, and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm just like, it was a lot of work. But yeah, that Netflix thing though, I don't know, man. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
To be able to just be like, oh, stop. Didn't they do that thing where they were like, oh, like, please don't share your account with anybody too or whatever? Do you remember that?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, they had like put out a little letter that said, you know, like, hey, like, you know, like it hurts us, like, you know, we lost this much money because X amount of people shared their account with like X amount of users. And then I think some guy like debunked it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like you guys lost like 10 point something $million by potential people that could have signed up, but you made like something $1 billion like in the last year or whatever." Which is like, okay, cool, you know, like, I mean, I pay for my account. I don't care.
Yeah, I
share my account, but I pay for it.
I was gonna say, but there's like a certain amount of people that can watch it at one time, unless you upgrade.
Yeah,
and if you're upgraded to the max, you know, who cares?
Yeah, mine I think is 6 people, like at the same time. I mean, you can share it indefinitely. I think it's the thing about, like if you have a Netflix account and you share it with me, then even if you have like the limit of like what is like 4 people.
Yeah, I think it's like 3.
So like if you have the limit of 3, like I can just watch it when you're not watching it. You know. Which Netflix would just want, like, oh no, like if he wants to watch it, like just have him pay for it instead. But like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like if you're allowing people to have a limit on how many screens can watch simultaneously, then like people are gonna watch it, people are gonna share it, you know, until you start being like, oh yeah, it's $10 per one screen, like only one person can watch at a time. In which case, I think everybody would just stop paying for it.
They just go bankrupt. No one pays for Netflix anymore.
Yeah, right. Would you pay for, like, social media?
No.
No? If we got to that point, you wouldn't pay for it?
I mean, maybe YouTube. That's about it.
No, but that's, like, entertainment, though. Like, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Ain't nobody paying for Facebook. Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, it depends how much.
Like, $4.99
a month?
Yeah.
For one?
For one, yeah. And then later on, like, T-Mobile will sign a deal where they're like, oh, yeah, unlimited plan plus you get Instagram on us.
I might do Instagram.
Yeah?
Just because our...
$4.99? Dude, I would want to say, like, nah, I'm not going to pay for that shit. But, like, as soon as, like, there's, like, a group of people that are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to pay for it, then I'm going to be like, fuck. I guess I'm going to pay for it. Because, like, all the businesses are going to pay for it. And then it's going to be, like, exclusive content almost. Except that everyone's going to pay for it. But I hate the fact or, like, the way that, like, society is moving towards this, like, like they're creating these like new essentials, you know? Like I saw something about some dude like with the coronavirus thing saying that like the main thing that it's shown is that like the job that told you that you couldn't work from home like is able to be done from home, which means that people with like disabilities didn't have to come into work, they could work from home. And that like one of the points was that the internet is a necessity, not a luxury, which like at this point like I feel like iffy about it, because like we could definitely live without the internet. It would just be a lot harder. There would also just have to be like an insane amount of like updated like encyclopedias like all the time, because like information is just changing so fast. But like I think that is like leading that way. Like I think that it is heading towards the internet being like almost like a utility.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like almost as essential as like having like electricity in your home or having like water in your home. Like much. And it's not even like you die without it. Like you die without water, you die. Well, you wouldn't die without electricity, but it'd be hard to live. But yeah, it almost has just became like a part of like a utility, you know? And I remember when I was younger and like phones were like, okay, like, yeah, it's like whatever, you know, like having a cell phone. But then like, so when our parents were like raising us, like they didn't have the utility of having to pay for a cell phone, you know? And then now you like fast forward 20, 30 years. And now when we have kids, like one of those bills is automatically going to be like a cell phone. Yeah. You know? And that shit's expensive. Like it's not. I mean, if you do like a family thing, you know, like one is cheap, but if you're doing like a whole family where you're doing like you and your wife and then a couple of kids, and you're like, fuck, like now that's an essential bill that I always have to be paying. Like no matter what, that's like something that's going to have to be paid for. And then internet, another one that's always going to have to be paid for. But like I feel like social media would get there, dude. Like if at some point they started charging for it, I think that people would deem it a utility.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I feel like it'd still be a luxury.
I mean, it'd technically be considered a luxury, but it would be, I think it'd be like a very, very important like luxury to a lot of people. Like what if like they made you pay for it and like everything was like authentic? Like, you know how they have like an algorithm right now where like, you know, like it's hard to grow your follower base and like all this crazy shit. Like everything was like 100% authentic, but it was just $4.99 a month. So like I feel like people would benefit from it more. Like they'd find more people to like interact with, like find it easier to grow if they wanted to like have a business or something. But also there would have to be X amount of users on there first to be able to sell somebody on like using it, you know? Because it wouldn't matter if you pay $4.99 a month and you're the only person on Instagram.
Well, it could be like one of those sponsored things, like like let's say the supplement company, you're still gonna pay for their athletes or sponsored or whatever. Yeah, they'll be like, oh, we'll throw in whatever social medias in with your package or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they would pay for their social media account.
Or still like Red Bull too.
Yeah. You know what would be cool is if like there was like paid content on Instagram. Would that be good or no?
Paid content?
Yeah. Like, you know how like a lot of podcasts, they do like Patreon exclusives?
Oh, yeah.
But if you could do it like on Instagram instead. But it's like, well, obviously it'd have to be like a photo or video. More realistically, a video, because why would anyone pay to see a photo of you? But like, let's say you went to someone's profile and like you could see all their, you know, like the grid. But then one of them is just like blurry. And then like you click on it and it just says like available to like exclusive members or something.
Like a IGTV exclusive.
But those are free though, right?
Yeah, but I mean like, so it could be like longer content.
Yeah. And you would post it, but like it's blurry, like on the grid. And when you click on it, it stays blurry, and it just says like only available to exclusive members. And then it says like sign up or something or subscribe. Yeah. And then you could subscribe to like certain channels or certain accounts. And let's say it was like $1 a month, you know, like that's normally like what Patreon is. And so let's say it was like $1 a month, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm subscribed to Seth and Andy and like so on and so forth, you know? Would that be a good idea?
I don't know, for something like Instagram, I don't know.
No?
Like for podcasts, I'd be down. I haven't subscribed to anyone yet, but
Yeah, me either. I can't find it in me. But I don't know. I wish that there was like a different. Like I wish Instagram would let you do like text, audio, and video, like in the exact formats of like if it almost combined like Twitter, SoundCloud, and Instagram, if that makes sense. So when you went like on your profile, like, you know, like one of them was like a photo and the next one was, you know, a video, but the next one was just like a text like format. But it wasn't like a text and a photo. It was just like you could click on it and it's just like, I don't know, like a Word document type of thing. And then the next one was just like, it was a little play button and it's just like a sound wave thing to play. I feel like no one's done a social media thing like that. But I don't know. Oh yeah, I see a lot of people talking about to make sure that you keep supporting the small businesses during these hard times, because obviously they're undergoing even harder times, right? But a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are like ineligible for what is it called? Unemployment, based off of like their immigration status or just like any other reasons that they would be not qualified to apply. Would you say support small business or not support small business just during these times right now?
Wait, what?
Would you say that you would rather, or like that it's good to continue supporting the small businesses during this pandemic, or to kind of just, you know, like live within your means and try to save some money?
I think it's still good to try to help if it's within your means.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think so too, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man, it's hard because like small businesses contribute to our community. You know, like someone does own it, and like, yes, someone's making a lot of money off of it, but also like a lot of college students like working at those small little, you know, like pop-up shops that are like the cool little ice cream places or the dessert bars or whatever, you know. So it provides jobs. Like back in the day, like a lot of these places weren't here. Everyone's job was pretty much McDonald's, and that's where that stereotype comes from about like, oh, like I don't want to end up at McDonald's or whatever the fuck, you know. So like I feel like it's good because like those businesses need to survive because they do benefit our economy. But like I could buy coffee for $1 for like a giant fucking like barrel, you know? Like it's gonna wake me up. It's not gonna taste good. It's not gonna have a little mermaid logo on it. But
I was about to say, are you comparing Starbucks to a small business?
No, well, or I mean like coffee, just because small business like stereotypically are like these small little coffee shops, you know? But regardless, like let's just say coffee in general, you know, like you can go out and buy a coffee from like a small little coffee shop. It's not gonna be very cheap. But it's gonna help them out. Like it's gonna help the small business out to potentially stay open. But it's gonna take more money out of me. Like, and when I'm in a very good financial position, like I have no problem, like, you know, visiting all the little small businesses and like buying stuff, like buying an abundance of stuff that I don't need. But right now it's kind of just like a hard time to where I'm like, man, like I should probably like just save my money, like not buy anything on Amazon that's like dumb, like not spend money where I don't need to, you know, because like I don't know if there would be like a potential layoff or like when I'd lose my job or anything like that. And like my bills aren't gonna go anywhere, you know, so like I still gotta pay them. So I think it's just a hard decision to make.
Yeah, but shout out to Amazon for hiring people, hiring more people in these times and paying $2 more.
Amazon, the smallest business in small business.
Shout out to Amazon for supporting everyone out here.
Dude, I saw something that said that it was like a tweet that was on Instagram, and it was like there should be a game where Jeff Bezos has to deliver all the packages that are like being demand right now because they're in such high demand.
Mm.
And like he should do it until he dies from exhaustion, and whoever's front porch he dies on gets to keep all of his money. And if that is not like the most like leftist tweet that I have ever fucking read in my life, like Jesus Christ, dude. People hate this man so much, dude. I literally don't get it. And I was gonna repost it and just be like, oh, how about we play a game of like work your ass off until you become rich and stop bitching about it? But I was like, nah. I'm gonna just get canceled. Like the odds are not in my favor at the moment. But Jesus Christ, dude! Like people hate Jeff Bezos so much, dude.
Yeah.
They're like so jealous of him. Like I don't get it. I really just don't get it. Like I can't relate to like people that are like jealous of that man for what he did. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he just caught a good wave, dude. Like he caught that internet wave and made a website, and now he's fucking rich as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like doing a bunch of shit for the community. So. He could put us on the moon. What if like is he trying to go to the moon or Mars?
Moon,
right?
I think the moon.
Elon's going to Mars, supposedly.
I think they're both in the space race.
Oh, okay.
There's a third guy too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Who?
I forgot his name.
Oh. Dude, what if Jeff Bezos is like, oh yeah, like we're gonna get to Mars and like fucking coronavirus like just invades everybody, and then like everyone's like getting in line to like take fucking Bezos' rocket ship to Mars, you know, because it's a safe planet.
And they pull up your tweet.
Yeah, and like on your way, they're like looking at your social media history, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you said something about Jeff Bezos," and then you're gonna have to stay here, unfortunately.
Yeah, right here it says, if Jeff Bezos dies on your front porch, you're gonna keep.
Oh my god, dude! And they're just like, "Yeah, sorry, you can't get on." Oh man, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why so many people are just like finding a way to hate everything all the time, you know. What do you think about this is gonna get a little spicy in here, but the stereotype of, or not even stereotype, but like what people are saying is the China virus.
The Kung Flu.
Dude, I saw that too, dude. Is it wrong? Like, cause like I feel like at this point people are nitpicking. Like, we're out of fucking toilet paper, dude. Like, there's bigger problems to worry about.
Yeah.
I understand that it's like, it's creating like racism.
I actually saw a meme about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a giant haystack, and it said the coronavirus, and then there was a guy looking through it and it said media. It's like, I finally found it. There's a little needle. It says racism.
Oh shit.
Jesus, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, like I feel like it's creating racism throughout, like, or towards the Asian community because it originated in China, right? What someone had made a point was that like there's like other viruses that are named after like their origin, where they came from, right? Like I think the West Nile and Ebola, like are named from like where they come from, and like no one like kind of complained about that. So like that already tells you that it's kind of like a 2020 thing, like that people are complaining about it. But like the only thing I could think of is like, well, like if you don't want to reap the repercussions of like the negatives, then like are we not supposed to call Chinese food Chinese food? Because like Chinese food is delicious.
Yeah.
But like, how is it not racist to call Chinese food just because it has a positive connotation to it, right? Like I feel like if you like are truly like fighting for like the like don't name anything after like that, it's like, you know, well then don't name anything good after it either. Is that weird? Because like I feel like it should be equal. Like,
I don't know. I feel like the people complaining about this probably think that violent video games make people violent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, what I was gonna say is like if anyone's being racist towards like Chinese people or any Asians in general, because of this flu, more than likely they were fucking racist to begin with.
Yeah, it's not because of the name.
Yeah, like it's not because of the name at all. Like it's not creating racism in it. Like I heard that, like, yeah, like you said, the Kung Flu. I've heard the fucking Wuhan virus. I've heard Chinese virus. Like all those names that people are giving it. And guess how many times I thought one racist thought about someone from Asia? Not once. Not one time. Like, I just don't give a shit, dude. Like, if it's named whatever the fuck it's named, like, coronavirus, you know, like people name it coronavirus and fucking Corona sales are down. Like, no one's standing up for Corona. I fucking hate Corona beer, or else I would stand up for them. But like, no one's standing up for Corona. You know, they're experiencing a great downfall right now.
Yeah.
It's just like people that are racist are just racist, dude. Like, they're already racist. I don't think it makes a huge difference whether, like, what the actual name of it is. But like, considering that, like, you should be putting your energy into like maybe possibly like just staying at home instead of like trying to fight for like not naming it the China virus, you know. I don't know. I feel like your energy could go somewhere else. I feel like people do push it though. Like I feel like if you call it the Wuhan virus, which is where it originated, right? That's like one thing, you know? Like, okay, yeah, like if you casually say like, oh yeah, the Wuhan virus, right? And then there's fucking, do you see that video Steven Crowder posted?
Which one?
It was like a whiteboard and he's just like dancing in front of it, and then he like flips it. It's like one of those ones that flips. And then it says like, what does it say? It says like China virus, or it says like Wuhan virus, and has a little picture of like the Chinese like box of like the Chinese food, and then it says like yummy bats, and it has like 2 chopsticks in it. Like, I feel like that is like pushing it. Yeah. You know, like there's no need to do that. Like, but he's also one of those people that I think that believe like that like China needs to pay for like whatever the fuck like this virus is going on, because they're saying that they knew about it and they didn't tell anybody, and then they tried to cover up like the spreading of it, and then they were still allowing like people to enter the country and like all this shit that like they're like, oh yeah, China needs to pay whatever blah blah blah. Like, we still owe them trillions of dollars. Like, we should probably pay first. But yeah, man, I don't know. This coronavirus thing is like, I don't know. Are you freaked out by it?
No.
No? Not at all?
If anything, I'm just, I don't know, tired because work is getting
crazy,
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going back tomorrow. But I am looking forward to just get out of the house, I guess. Something to do. I need money too, so.
So you were getting money.
Yeah, but small money. 40 hours a week money. I need the 60 hour checks. Yeah, man, I don't know. Sometimes I sit down and I'm just like, oh man, should I freak out about it? And then I'm just like, realistically, like, I don't know, like nothing's happening yet.
Yeah.
Like nothing crazy. I do think that there's like, it could lead to shit to freak out about, you know? Like, they're saying that the National Guard was going to come down and like some crazy shit like that. Like, to enforce like the stay-at-home order and stuff. Yeah. Which, like, I get, but, like, I don't know. I don't think that you need a National Guard down here. The National Guard just creates panic. Right? People see Humvees coming around, like, they get scared. So, like, I don't know. I feel like that could spark something up. Something in the gun world. Just light a little flame. But I don't know. There's also, like, crazy conspiracies about it. There's this account on Instagram called Birds Aren't Real. Do you follow them?
I've heard about that conspiracy though.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, oh, like the coronavirus isn't real. They just want everybody at home for a week because they need to catch all the birds and replace the batteries. And then some guy was just like, no, he's like, you're an idiot. Like, they recharge on the power lines. Like, that's how they recharge. So
shout out to that guy in Vegas who's putting little hats on pigeons.
Oh, dude, I remember seeing that, dude. Oh my god. That kind of makes me think the birds are fake.
No, those were his birds.
They were his birds?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just kidding. This is my own conspiracy. You try to see if they get replaced.
Oh, fuck. That's not a bad conspiracy. If they replace the birds. I mean, has someone just caught a fucking pigeon and opened it up? Like, I don't think it's that hard. Because they're saying, like, I think one of the points was that, like, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? You know? And I'm like, well, I haven't, but I'm also not fucking out there looking for baby pigeons. Like,
has anyone documented a baby pigeon within the last year?
I don't know. I guess we'll look it up, but I feel like, yeah, probably.
Same thing with the flat Earth.
Yeah.
All the pictures are doctored. The windows on the planes, they're curved, so it looks like there's a curve on the Earth.
You think they're this flat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Realistically,
Australia
100%?
isn't real.
I think Australia's real.
No.
Where's Australia then?
Secret base.
Do you think that's what it is? What about when it was on fire? Their base was on fire?
Yeah.
You heard any crazy conspiracies about the corona?
Heard that it's because of the 5G.
Yeah.
All the radiation that it gives off.
I heard something about, well, like when 5G was barely starting, they were like, oh yeah, like, you know, that's causing like trees to die and like all this stuff. Like there was like an antenna facing one way and like it would kill that tree, but like not the tree on the other side or something like that. But then I feel like it kind of died off. But I think it's because like people were hyping it up as kind of like a pilot. And they're just like, oh yeah, let's see, like, you know, we'll start mentioning 5G here and there and start installing some antennas just to see how the public handles it. And then all of a sudden, like, it kind of died out. And then now coronavirus hits. And then, because 5G was out like a couple months before coronavirus, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I remember like T-Mobile was announcing it for a while. And like nothing happened. I also don't see like how, I mean, I guess I'm not a fucking scientist, but like how radiation would lead to like a virus. But I mean, if they say it's possible, I guess it's probably possible. But I heard like fucking some crazy conspiracy dude about, I don't even remember what it was. My brother-in-law was telling me something about how it like correlates to vaping.
Yeah, with the virus?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know how. He said he was going to send me the link. Well, he was like reading an article about it or something like that, but I don't remember. He didn't actually tell me like how. He just said he was going to send me the link, but I still haven't gotten it. But yeah, I could have just been like really drunk when he told me though. It might have been something completely different, but I'm pretty sure he was talking about like the fake like vaping cartridges that had like a big thing going on. Cause you know how it had something to do with like the like a pneumonia. They were all getting pneumonias too from those fake cartridges.
Yeah, popcorn lines.
Yeah. I feel like somehow correlated or something like that. I mean, it makes sense. It could make sense.
I guess.
Not with like vaping in general, just those like fake cartridges that were spreading around. But I mean, I've heard conspiracies about like it has to do with like the election. Like something about Trump not wanting to test people to keep the numbers low. So that it looked good like under his like time in presidency for the upcoming election or whatever. Which makes sense because they have those like memes that are comparing like Obama's thing to Trump and the way he handled it. And yeah, that he knew about the virus at some point where it was like a lot earlier on. And he chose not to test people so that it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm about to run for president and 60,000 people have coronavirus in the U.S. I mean, there could very well be more cases, just that people aren't getting tested, you know? Like, I'm sure that if they mandated, like, a test throughout the U.S., the numbers would, like, be very, very high. Also, like, if they just tested everybody, then they would just figure out who has it, quarantine them, and then the virus is gone, I think. I mean, it's supposed to only affect like younger and elderly people, right? And people with that are like
health conditions.
Yeah, health conditions. Yeah, so I don't know. Are you scared to catch it at work?
No.
No?
No.
You think you'll survive?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I read a couple things that people tend to recover pretty fast. Well, I guess that there's like lasting effects sometimes. Like you lose a certain percentage of your lung.
Oh, really?
Lung functionality, yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't read that. That's interesting.
Yeah. But I'm not really scared.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Like, I was telling Soraya, I was like, man, like, because we stocked up on some food, like, for the main reason being was that we were scared that we were not going to be able to purchase groceries on a regular basis like we normally do. Which we were right about because now we go to the grocery store and they don't have a lot of stuff. I mean, now they do, but like the last couple weeks, they haven't had a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, man, like, I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like dumb sometimes for buying so much shit. We didn't buy like crazy amounts of stuff, but. And then I'm just like, man, like, should we have just prepared? Should we have just like wrote it out, or like, like, what do we do? But I mean, so far, like, we haven't really like complained, I guess. I mean, we're working at eating all the food. It's just a lot of pasta.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing that won't go bad. But I don't know. Did you guys stock up on food?
Well, we just got like our regular meats right now. Got a
Yeah.
little bit of extra like pasta and canned stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy though. Just a couple
Yeah.
extra meals worth.
We just got like a little box and then just stored like a bunch of canned stuff, and but like we already like broke into the box and started like cooking shit out of there because we're just like, well, we don't want it to go bad, so we're gonna try to eat as much as we can. Plus, it'll probably stop us from having to go to the grocery store, like throughout the next couple weeks, I guess, if we like have to. But yeah, I don't know. This coronavirus is pretty crazy though. I just think it's the public freak out though.
Yeah.
Like the media is just portraying it like super crazy. They're making it seem like it's like,
Would you hear about how news reporters would empty out the shelves to make it look like there's less stuff on the shelves?
Oh yeah, I did.
Or they would tell the people not to restock.
Yeah, someone I think like a Walmart got caught doing that, right? They were like, or someone like a normal person was recording the news at Walmart, and the guy was taking the stuff off of the shelves before they start recording. And yeah, like that creates public panic, because it's just like, oh yeah, like we're here at Walmart, like they're out of napkins, out of toilet paper, so everyone's like, fuck, like Walmart's out, like where do I go? And then they go clean out the other store. So yeah, man.
You know what people saying, or how whenever the stores like shelves are running low or whatever, people saying this is why capitalism fails.
Yeah.
Like it's not capitalism failing, it's just people being greedy.
Yeah. It's public panic. I don't see how, like, dude, it just doesn't make sense. Like, how is it capitalism's fault that they're not able to keep up with that, Because then, like, if, like, everybody that owned a company was like, well, let's prepare for a public panic, then they would have, like, an abundance of, like, rotting meat and, like, rotting fruit, because no one's buying it at that pace. And if the government owned, the means of production, then what the fuck makes it any better? Like, why do people think that it would be better if the government was the one producing all the stuff, They're the ones that made this virus. My mom was telling me that some creepy dude went into my cousin's job. She works at Chipotle. Chipotle sounds really good right now.
It sounds good right now. A burger.
I was telling Soraya yesterday that, dude, it was like 2 a.m, and then I was like, you know what I really, really want right now? And she's like, what? And I was like, just like a chicken sandwich from KFC. And she was like, let's go. And then I was like, it's 2 a.m. Like we were just binge watching Netflix, dude, and like losing track of time, just going to sleep at 4 a.m. every day this week. But anyways, my cousin works at Chipotle, and some dude came in, and he was like in a suit, and he was like acting like super weird, she said, and he just like keeps like staring at like all the workers in there, because they were only doing like takeout, but they let him in for some reason, like because I think it was empty, or like they were about to close, or like something, right? So he came in, like he was like looking at all the food, and he was just like staring at all the workers like individually. And then I don't know if it was my cousin that went to help him or another coworker that went, but my cousin's normally doing like making the food in the front, so like maybe she helped him. But he was just like, oh, he's like, I work for the government, and they were just like, okay, like cool. And then big deal, dude. and then he just told them like there's no need to panic, that they were gonna stop the experiment on April 30th. And then he just took his food and left. Crackhead or not crackhead?
What city was this in?
This was in like North Montana, like Sierra Lakes, where Costco's at.
Mm.
It's a pretty, it's a nice area. It's not crackhead town.
Yeah, it's not crackhead.
Yeah.
Territory.
No, it's a good town. So I don't know, dude.
Hmm.
It's pretty creepy. And then I saw yesterday that someone was watching like the Purge, and then it was like the very first one. You seen it?
Yeah.
And it was the date of yesterday. And it was like it started at like 10:30 something or something like that. It's about to barricade my house, dude. Someone started the Purge and they didn't even tell me. Still got another 4 days to pick up my gun. Can't even protect anybody. I only got 4 rounds, so hopefully only 4 people come. Or 3, I might miss.
You could probably shoot through a couple at a time.
They gotta be lined up though. I just gotta move around till they're lined up in my vision. Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff though.
Yeah. Craziest part is everyone during the route was doing the same jokes.
Which ones?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just take a couple of these when I was walking by with the cart.
Oh
Or,
my god,
Let
dude.
me pull my car around.
Dude, oh my god. I tell Soraya that all the time. That dude, I don't even laugh anymore at people, and like I feel like such a dick because like they just like tell me something and I just keep a straight face and then I just kind of like smirk, and then like they just turn around like
Yeah, that's
feeling
what I
dumb.
started doing towards like
Dude,
halfway through the week.
yeah.
I was like, all right, this is the 100th time I've heard it
Dude,
this
and
morning. It's
running-
only 9 a.m.
Yeah, and running like inside of a hospital, dude, with like actual like
Mhm.
people, you know, like that. I mean, I'm not trying to interact with anybody, but they're there. Or we get in the same elevator, and everyone's just like, "Oh, does anybody ever call you Aquaman?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's actually my name." I'm like, fuck, like
Or
just
people are like, oh, bet you guys have an armed guard with you now, huh?
yeah. People are always saying that, like, "Oh, your truck's like gold right now." Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone
Sorry.
was. Dude, I was walking well last time I was at work, and like there was like these 2 people behind me, and they're like talking about me, but they're not talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking to each other, and they're just like, "Well, I bet like someone gonna jump that guy like for his water or whatever," and I'm just like, "Well, like why the hell would you say that? Like why? I don't know. Like, not that anyone's gonna jump me, but like, I don't know. Like just say it when I'm not there. I guess it just makes it rude." That I'm there and like you're saying that someone's gonna jump me for my water.
You should just turn around and pull out your knife.
I know, huh? Jump who? That meme with Bernie. He's wearing the Hawaiian ballistic vest. That says what did it say? So I'm telling you one more time to fuck around and find out. Oh, I love that meme, man. Yeah, dude. People are always like passing by and they're just like, oh, like they tap the bottles,
Yeah.
and they're just like, oh, can you take one of these to my car? I'm like, ha 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 ha. Fucking, oh man, people irritate me, dude.
I don't want to go back to work.
Me either. They forced you to work Saturday? Or
I
volunteer?
agreed to it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go in last week.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh yeah, you said they called you. I told you not to, huh?
Mm.
They were playing with you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing some volunteer Saturdays just to get the extra money. But I know once it's Friday, I'm going to say no. Oh, man. What kind of prepping can you really do to protect yourself from this?
What do you mean protect yourself?
Like you know how people prep for like certain situations, like
Mhm.
a nuke or like something like what kind of prepping would people do for like a pandemic?
I guess you could just prep
Like stock up food?
Yeah, stock up on necessities or
And weapons, right?
yeah. I think it depends where you live, but yeah.
Yeah.
Stock up on weapons, ammunition, training. Training is always good. Security measures.
Yeah.
Depends
Booby
what you're trying
traps.
to do. Just bear traps on your front door.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was asking Soraya the other day, like, during like a pandemic or like some kind of like post-apocalyptic world, but
Mhm.
like, let's not say like it's like already like in the post-apocalyptic,
Mhm.
like where you're surviving, but like let's say something like coronavirus, right? And it's I don't know, let's say it mutates and it actually starts turning people into zombies or whatever.
Mm.
And you're surviving with your fiance and like let's say your family, right? And like you guys are the only survivors that you know of. What's the end goal? Is it to just like die of old age
I guess just create a safe area.
and just
Community.
survive?
Yeah.
That's it?
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Well, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like I'd rather just die.
Well, it depends what kind of zombies.
Have you seen Black Summer?
No.
Dude, watch Black Summer. Those zombies are fucking crazy. They're like
Are
World
they like
War
the-
Z,
Oh, I was about to say, are they like the 28 weeks later zombies?
kind of, but like they're aggressive
Mm-hmm.
and like you know how like in The Walking Dead, they always show zombies and it always seems like the zombies, no matter what, are always the same, regardless of like who the person was in like a past form.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine like Andy Frisella as a zombie
Mm-hmm.
versus like a little scrawny guy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in The Walking Dead, they would make them both equal,
Hmm.
you know? And in Black Summer, like, they, like, they do very well in showing, like, the physicalities of, like, a zombie, you know? Like, if it's, like, a girl, like, they're, like, very fast and, like, their swings are, like, not as hard, but, like, you can tell they're, like, aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, like, just a normal, like, husband dude that's, like, stockier and taller and, like, you can hear the difference in like the bangs and like they break shit and like pull apart stuff and like they remain strong like that, like in the way they died, you know, which is kind of cool. They also like apparently don't get winded, they don't get tired, and yeah, like in one scene this dude was like getting chased and he hopped on top of a school bus and then the zombie was like trying to get up but it couldn't jump up to the top, so he literally took a nap at the top of the bus and then like he woke up when it was night and the zombie was still trying to get up there. Like it didn't stop. It's pretty intense, but it's a good show. But yeah, so you just survive? Like, is that the main point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to find more people, I guess.
But that's risky, right? Yeah, dude. Like, I was just thinking about that. Cause I was just like, man, like, I don't know. Like, what if something happens, right? And, like, we bug out and let's say, like, just make a base in the mountains or something, right? Take over something. And it's like, then what? Like, do you try to, like, restart humanity? Like, do you try to reproduce?
Yeah, you could try, I guess.
And there's, like, but then you need more food. You need more, like, everything, right?
Yeah, you're trying to create a sustainable community, I guess.
Yeah.
Farming, whether it be fishing, hunting, gathering whatever supplies are nearby, stuff like that.
Would you bug out or would you stay and hold down your place?
I think it depends what's going on. Like if it was right now, probably stay in place for a little bit, waiting for things to calm down and people to stop moving so much, and then probably bug out.
Yeah. For the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Like if it got bad?
Yeah.
Like people start rioting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Head to the mountains or what?
Probably, yeah.
Is that
yeah.
realistically like a good place?
Yeah, I mean, there's different resources up there.
Less
and
population?
Yeah, and spring is here. Spring's getting here, so
yeah,
don't gotta worry about the snow.
that's true. Yeah, man, I always try to think about that, and I'm like, where would I bug out to? Where would I bug out to? And like, I don't know. Like, would you build a base, or would you just try to take over something?
I think at first probably build a little something on the side.
Yeah.
And then once I see that things are kind of calm, probably go try to take something over, fortify.
Like a store or something?
Yeah, something easy, something
prison?
not so big.
I got a prison, dude. I think a prison would be the most realistic like thing, no? I mean, it's big.
If you get like if you're able to get access everywhere, yeah, like if you find some keys or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, like, let's say you found, you know, a guard dead or something. Got all the shit that you needed. It's like that just seems very safe, I guess. You know? They got a cafeteria in there. They got all the shit you need. A lot of land for you to, you know, barbed wire on the fences. World War Z zombies, I don't think I'd survive, though.
Oof.
Like, realistically, like, if you get a horde, dude... Like, even the small amount of time it's taking you to change a magazine that might be like 30 rounds, like, they're gonna get you at that point. I think.
Yeah, especially with California legal weapons.
Let me change my 10-round magazine to another 10.
Let me just take out my AR so I could take out the magazine.
You know what's funny is when I was watching that movie Black Summer, like it's in New York, I think it takes place, and they're in downtown, and then that's like the place where there's the most zombies, and they're like, oh yeah, like they're going out for like battle, you know, they're going out for war, and like some lady has like it's weird. It looked like an Uzi with like a foldable stock, and the stock is just like skinny, like a
that's an easy one.
Yeah. So that's what she had. Some other dude had an AK. Dude had a double barrel shotgun.
I want to say this sounds like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Basically, dude, I think that's like basically what it was. And then some other dude had a basic like full auto rifle, like an assault rifle. And I was like, okay, like it's like really cool. Like, you know, one dude had a handgun, and like for some reason, like it never showed him changing the magazine throughout the whole 13 episodes. Like
he never shot it.
No, dude, he was shooting. Like he was laying him down. Like he was firing it all off. And I kept telling Sarah, I was like, this dude should have been out of ammo like first episode. But he's never changed his magazine, and they've never came in contact with like anyone else that they found a gun until like halfway through the season.
Maybe they just never show him because a handgun's boring to reload.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, you can make it cool. Like, you know, hit the button and then they throw the magazine in there and then you stab it down. No, but I was like thinking that it'd be funny if someone made like at least like a YouTube video of like a realistic zombie apocalypse like in California, where like they have ARs with like 10 bullets in them and like a pistol with 10 bullets. And they're just like reloading these clips that like the AR doesn't have the magazine that like comes down all the way. It's just like a little thing that's in there. I was thinking like, oh, that'd be pretty funny. Like,
that would be pretty
with
good.
only California like legal like weapons and stuff like that. That'd be tight. I was looking at like
just be easier to switch gun.
I know,
just
dude.
line up a
just
bunch
have
of
a
guns.
bunch of guns.
Just have them all lined up.
Or the zombie apocalypse comes and they're just chilling in the house for 10 days because they're waiting to get their guns. They go to the gun store and like, nah, you gotta wait.
Actually, you still got 2 hours on your wait time.
What was I gonna say? I was looking at like 50 caliber guns yesterday. Dude, those fucking bullets are humongous. They like stick out of someone's hand.
Yeah.
I never like seen like in comparison like what they look like compared to like other.
Yeah,
they're crazy, dude. And then I seen someone where they compared the 50 cal bullet to what they use on like the turrets on Humvees, and it's like twice as big as the 50 cal, dude. Like I feel like one of those would like literally just puncture a hole through like someone's body.
There's actually a video on YouTube of someone hunting a deer with one.
With one of those?
Yeah.
A 50 cal or? Fuck, dude. Where's that at? Where are those legal at? Anywhere but California?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought you can't get a 50 cal in the U.S.
No, there's a lot of people with 50 cals.
Really?
There, yeah.
How much is a box of 50 cals?
I think...
Like $5 a bullet?
No, I think each round runs close to 20.
$20?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I could be wrong, but I think if I remember correctly, somewhere around 20 to 30.
Realistically, though, like that's like not a good gun to like use in battle, right?
I think it depends.
Like unless you're like far distance shooting. Like a zombie apocalypse comes and you're holding a fucking, you know, and you're trying to be, you're like pulling the bolt back and you need 2 people.
I don't know, because from that video of that guy hunting the deer, it does a lot of damage without like just the air around it, like the air around it.
Is it the one where it sucked his eyes out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen that one. He missed, huh?
Yep. Still killed it though.
Just from the air. So there's like 6 zombies in line and you shoot like right in between all of them.
Just
and
tear through all of them.
Just tears them up.
And just decapitate the other zombie behind them.
Fuck.
Doesn't even hit their head.
That's pretty intense. I like that. I still feel like realistically it wouldn't be a good weapon.
Well, if you bottleneck them somehow.
Yeah.
Funnel them in.
And just kill them all.
Yeah, just use one.
How big is the magazine to one of those things? It's probably huge, huh? Like a 2-handed magazine?
No, I think it's still one. It's just pretty big, like the size of a book.
What does that hold? Like, just depends on what magazine you get.
I want to say maybe, I don't know. It's less than 10.
Less than 10?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around 5.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, because I've seen people using them and, like, you know, they put them on the ground with the bipod and they got to, like, be, like, super far back. And then, like, they can pull the bolt back, you know? But, like, I'm thinking about, like, if you're holding it, like...
There's videos of people just shooting them like that.
Yeah?
They're just standing up and letting it rip.
Does it just, like, pop your shoulder out?
No, the guys seem to handle it pretty good.
Have you seen that video where they use, like, I don't know what gun it is, but, like, the one I seen, it was, like, a couple of Middle Eastern dudes, and they're at the range, and then he's just, like, holding the gun, and then he, like, fires, and then the gun, like, flips in the air, and then, like, he falls back, like, he flies. Have you seen that?
I want to say that I have. I can't recall, though.
I don't know if that's, like, a 50 cal or it's just, like, some special gun, but that thing's pretty tight. But, yeah, I think that's going to be it for episode 7, I think.
Yeah, nobody really replied to my story.
No?
Not really.
They're all in panic. You'd think that they would reply more if they're quarantined.
Well, I think it's just because I posted them last minute.
Oh, yeah, last time you gave it some time, huh? Well, you got anything else on Corona or any of the topics that we discussed before we say goodbye?
Trying to catch Corona. Got the 2 weeks off.
If anyone has Corona, send it to Bert. Send it in the mail.
I don't know. Don't panic, you know?
Yeah.
Stores are going to be stocked.
Just stop buying shit, like, in bulk. Just, you know.
I mean, if you go to Costco, that's the only way to buy.
Yeah, but I mean, even in Costco, they're taking a bunch of shit, dude. I seen this meme that, like, someone took a picture of some dude and he had, like, 50 bottles of Thousand Island sauce. And then someone said, like...
something we don't?
Someone said, like, does anyone know a recipe that calls for 50 bottles of Thousand Island? Because if not, I should be worried. And then, like, there was another photo of, like, some lady that literally filled up all her cart with, like, 2-gallon jugs of milk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that shit's going to expire, dude.
And then someone said, are you planning to freeze it? And then someone replied, obviously, you never had to freeze it. And then someone replied, I guess I have, I forgot what it was, the privilege of not freezing milk.
Oh, shit, dude.
If anything, I feel like people are going to get more offended by everything now. Yeah. Because they have time to actually break it down.
Or maybe everybody will research everything. Probably not, though.
No.
No one likes to look anything up anymore. Yesterday, I was laying down, and then Sarai was like, oh, because I put on, I forgot what the hell we were watching. We put on a movie, though, and I was like, oh, let's just watch this. And because, like, we'll start binging something, and then, like, she'll get on her phone, or I'll get on my phone, and then we're just on our phones, and then we end up not watching anything, and, like, we're just so bored, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, let's just watch this, and, like, not use our phones or whatever. And then, and, like, halfway in, like, I pick up my phone because she went to the restroom, and I was, like, reading something. And then she's like, you said no phones. And then I was like, I'm reading about the Declaration of Independence. Because I was reading, like, something about socialism, and then that it led to something else about that John Locke had written in the Declaration that the right to life, liberty, and private property, which, like, private property is your right to start a business, basically, to, like, you know, produce. And then they change it to life, liberty, and freedom, I think.
Pursuit of happiness.
Pursuit of happiness. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And they changed it to that. And then, yeah, I was just reading about, like, the background story to that. But anyways, we don't have our little jar with the questions today. So if you guys are quarantined, let us know what you guys are doing to stay productive.
Yeah. Or questions or any recipes you want to share. Anything.
Yeah. Anything good. What should we do if we get quarantined? And is there a good reason to freak out right now? Or just your thoughts on Corona in general. You know, what is everybody
conspiracies?
thinking? Yeah.
How are you holding up?
Yeah. But I think that's going to be it for episode 7. Just make sure to listen, watch a YouTube video, subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review, drop us a comment, follow us on Instagram at Sesh Podcast. And we'll catch you next time.
Shout out to HD.
Oh yeah,
It's hard
hardworking motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
Yeah,
Just like Supreme. If anything, it's harder than Supreme.
it's harder than Supreme.